Welcome everyone. I am your host, Popculture Mechanic, and this is Sunday Anime Chat. So today, we'll be going over Valkkyria Chronicles. But first off, as we so usually do, we will do the news of the week. And just gotta do this, and we can start off with news of the week. That is on the Anime News Network. So let's look through and see if anything catches our interest here. Let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Switch RPG's introduction trailer previews, game mechanics, characters. Good. Xenoblade Chronicles. I've played the first game. I didn't get very far, but it is a very deep and involved game, that's for sure. No, A Couple of Cuckoos anime previews second half in new visual. I haven't watched any of this, but I've heard Blaine speak of it on his channel, which is Blaine's Escape Corner. Live action Rent-A-Girlfriend showcast Chizuru, voice actress Sora Amamiya as a game character. Okay. Nothing there that piques my interest. If anything piques your interest, you guys, just go ahead, stop me. We'll have a look. Okay, well, why don't we go through the Japanese animation TV rankings? The Girl Who Leapt Through Time film earns a 5.9% rating. That's pretty good. Mamoru Hosoda's The Girl Who Leapt Through Time film aired on NTV on Friday, July 1st at 9 p.m. and it earned a 5.9% rating. The final episode of The Files of Young Kendachi, the live-action series adaptation of Fumiya Sato and Shimaru Amagi's detective manga, The Kendachi Case Files, Kendachi Shonen no Jikenbo, aired on NTV on Sunday, July 3rd at 10:30 p.m. and it earned a 6% rating. Saze-san on Fuji TV earned an 8.2. That's alright. Chibi Maruko-chan earned 5.6. Doraemon, 3.2. One Piece, 3.1. Delicious Party Precure, 2.8. Jujutsu Kaisen, Kyoto Sister School Goodwill Event Arc is 2.5. Crayon Shin-chan earned 2.3. Animated Osaru no George, or Curious George, it moved up a bit, it seems, to 2.2. Oshiri Tantai at 2.0. And Moto Majime no Fumajime Kaiketsu Zorori is a 1.8. So it says the television ratings above are an estimate of the percentage of the population that watch a given program based on data from a survey of households in Japan's Kanto region. The ratings do not count recordings that viewers watch later. Okay. There's Japanese video game rankings. What do we got here? The Diofeld Chronicle game's new trailer previews story, characters, gameplay. Okay, that's just another game. Doraemon Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom game streams announcement trailer. A Doraemon game. Made in Abyss, Binary Star Falling into Darkness game system trailer reveals ending song. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero's manga resumes following creator's recovery from cancer. Oh, finally some good news, eh? Let's read up about that. Come on now. Come on, internet. Get her going. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero's manga resumes following the creator's recovery from cancer. Hiroyuki Aigamo was diagnosed with endometrial cancer in December 2020. Overlap announced that Hiroyuki Aigamo's My Status as an Assassin obviously exceeds the hero's manga has resumed on Friday. Aigamo is recovering from her endometrial cancer diagnosis in December 2020. She stated that she may progress slowly for a while, as it is difficult for her to write at the pace of a monthly serialization under her current physical condition. Well, yeah, I mean, they really got to knuckle down, and they really do put a lot of stress on themselves to put out stuff monthly, I would think. The cumulative number of manga copies in circulation has exceeded 1 million. The manga's 4th compiled book volume will ship in Japan on July 25th. Aigamo revealed her cancer diagnosis in December 2020. She announced that the My Status of an Assassin obviously exceeds the hero's manga would remain on a hiatus, which started in October 2020, so that she could rest and undergo surgery. She revealed that she had stage 1 cancer with low possibility of metastasis. In July 2021, she attributed her health status to her January 2021 surgery and pathological diagnosis of her uterus. Ooh. Aigamo added that it was initially hard to say that her post-operative recovery had been going well in the first 2 months after her surgery. She then recovered to the point where she can live a calm daily life. However, it was still difficult for her to do desk work. If she felt sick, she would end up falling asleep for several days. Although she had been working on emails and office work, she found it hard to start the process of drawing manga. Starting around June 2021, Aigamo started her preparation to resume the manga's serialization and draw again. As long as her workload was light, however, per her doctor's orders to not overwork, she drew at a slow pace. She was anxious about her condition, but her doctor examined her carefully, and the overlap department watched over her with understanding of her situation. Aigamo launched the manga adaptation of Matsuri Akai and Tozai's My Status as an Assassin obviously exceeds the heroes novels on Overlap's Comic Gardo website in July 2018, and Overlap published the manga's 3rd volume in May 2020. 7 Seas Entertainment is releasing the manga in English, and it released the 3rd volume in December 2020. Akai has been serializing the original story in the Shosetsuka no Ninaru, Let's Become Novelist website, in January 2017. Overlap published the 1st volume of the story in print with illustrations by Tozai in November 2017, and the 4th volume shipped in February 2021. Well, it's good to hear that she's on the mend. I hope that she has a full recovery. What else we got here? Three Love Live superstar cast members received minor injuries in taxi accident. Livestream canceled after Sayuri Date, Liu, Naomi Payton get in accident. The official website of the Love Live Idol franchise revealed on Friday that 3 members of the Love Live Superstar Series idol group Laela, Sayuri Date, Liu, and Naomi Payton were in a taxi accident on July 3rd. The members stated on Twitter that they received minor injuries and are not seriously injured. 3 are recovering. The franchise's website revealed that a live stream that was scheduled for Saturday at 8 p.m. Japan Standard Time has been cancelled as an alternative. The Love Live Superstar Series first season and bonus anime will stream on Saturday starting at 3:30 p.m. The stream will also feature a promotional video for the anime's 2nd season. The members of Laela include Sayuri Date as Kanon Shibuya, Liu as Tang Keke, Nako Misaki as Chisato Arashi, Naomi Payton as Sumire Kiana, and Nagisa Oyama as Ren Hazuki. Liela, the idol group that stars in the Love Live Superstar anime, debuted their first single, Hajimari wa Kimi no Sora, The Start Is Your Sky, for a limited time digitally in February 2021. The song debuted in a 2D version in the Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars game in April 2021. The first season of Love Live Superstar television anime premiered on NHK Educational in July 2021 and aired for 12 episodes. Funimation streamed the series as it aired. The anime's second season will premiere on NHK Educational on July 17th. Crunchyroll streamed the first season in the UK and Ireland, and it describes the story. The first students have arrived at Yugaoka Girls High School, a new academy built on the crossroads of Omotesando, Harajuku, and Aoyama, with no history of upperclassmen to rely on and no name to speak of. The school is totally starting from scratch. In the midst of this, a team of 5 girls led by Kanen Shibuya discover school idols. I love singing, I really do, and I want to accomplish something with it. So the hopes of these stars, still small in stature, begin to accumulate, and so begins the school idol project of 5 girls with a blank slate and infinite potential. Hajime Yatate, the collective pseudonym for the staff of Sunrise, is credited again for original work. Sakurako Kimino is also credited again for original concept, as his previous Love Live anime. Takehiko Kyogoku, the director of the original Love Live School Idol project and subsequent film, is returning as director alongside Love Live School Idol project and Love Live Sunshine. Writer Juki Hanada Atsushi Saito is adapting franchise character designer Yuhei Morioto's original character designs. Yoshiaki Fujisawa is also returning from the first Love Live series as composer for the music. So a little minor accident for the cast members. I've heard a lot of people talking about Bastard recently. Gundam Witch from Mercury Prologue anime gets US premiere at Comic-Con International in San Diego. That's good for the Gundam fans. Bell Anime Films Japanese TV airing on Friday cancelled. Oh yes, this is due to the death of the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Tokyo Revengers manga tops 65 million in circulation worldwide. Manga has 7 million copies in circulation outside of Japan. Oh yes, manga is just killing it. Let's see, what else? Yeah, in case no one has heard or they've been living under a rock, NHK reported on Friday that former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died at 5:03 p.m. local time after being shot while giving a speech in the city of Nara on Friday. He was 67. NHK reported that witnesses heard what sounded like 2 gunshots while Abe was giving a stump speech outside the Yamato Saidaiji station in Nara City at around 11 a.m. local time, and then Abe reported a collapse. Police sources state Abe was likely hit from behind by gunfire. The emergency personnel told NHK that Abe was taken to the hospital without vital signs. The disaster management agency stated Abe was bleeding from the right side of his neck and had internal bleeding on the left side of his chest. Medical professionals at Nara Medical University Hospital, where Abe was brought, said in a press conference that Abe had 2 gunshot wounds in his neck. The medical staff added he arrived at the hospital at 12:20 p.m. without any vital signs. Abe sustained damage to his heart vessel in addition to the wounds in his neck, and the staff performed blood transfusions but could not stop the bleeding. The staff added the cause of death appears to be blood loss. Police arrested 41-year-old suspect Tetsuya Yamagami, who lives in Nara City. Video footage from the incident shows authorities apprehending someone on the scene, and NHK reports that Yamagami was a former member of the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force for 3 years until 2005. News reports state the gun used in the attack looks to be handmade, but police have yet to confirm if this is the case. Japan is planning to hold a House of Councillors election on Sunday, and Abe was campaigning for a local candidate in Nara. Current Prime Minister Fumio Kishida told reporters he condemned the act in the strongest possible terms. Many Japanese television channels have been interrupting planned programming throughout the day on Friday to cover the incident. Abe served as Prime Minister from 2006 to 2007 and then from 2012 to 2020. He stepped down both times due to health issues and is Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister. Abe is known for his Abenomics policy aimed at revitalizing Japan's economy. Abe famously cosplayed as iconic character Mario during the Olympic closing ceremonies in Rio de Janeiro in 2016 to advertise the then upcoming Tokyo Olympics in 2020, which was held in 2021 due to the pandemic. Okay. Where is it here? Okay. No. Oh, yes. Actor James Caan passes away at 82. That's pretty sad. The guy was in a lot of iconic films. E3 returns as an in-person event in June 2023 with Reed Pop as producer. I don't know if anybody's going to attend that. It looks like game companies are doing fine without having to attend E3, but we'll see what happens. Slam Dunk Anime Films teaser video previews 3D CG animation. Okay, so they're going to go that route. Yes, and the Yu-Gi-Oh manga creator Kazuki Takahashi passes away at 60. This was very sad to hear. I really liked the Yu-Gi-Oh manga and the anime. It was very fun stuff. Well, that seems to be it for all the news that I'm interested in. Let's see here. So, next up is... Well, before I get to the main topic, I will see... Yeah, I guess I'll see what's going on here with... Okay. So, early in, or I should say mid-2020, I did a Kickstarter campaign that I donated to. And this was pretty neat. And it was for this documentary called In Search of Tomorrow, 80s sci-fi documentary. And I was able to, I think I did the Flash Gordon level, which was 60 pounds. And I get a Blu-ray and some posters and such like that. But this documentary, it's a 5-hour plus retrospective of 80s sci-fi movies featuring interviews with actors, directors, writers, sound effects experts, and composers. And apparently they're running a limited edition flash sale on July 21st, 2022. And there's a wait list you can join. But 5 hours of just 80s sci-fi. Some of the most iconic films came out in the 80s. As it says here, this is your chance to immerse yourself in the world and mythos of 80s sci-fi science fiction. Our project combines a 4-hour plus epic documentary with the ultimate members-only sci-fi community to create an experience that delivers value from the moment you become a backer. From the team that created the critically acclaimed Rondo-nominated In Search of Darkness, that's all about the horror genre, comes In Search of Tomorrow, the most comprehensive retrospective of the 80s sci-fi movie genre ever made. It will be packed with exclusive interviews from icons of the era, actors, directors, special effects, maestros, writers, composers, and more, with 40 plus incredible names attached and many more to come. So I just received mine on a couple days ago. Quite a surprise. I'd forgotten all about it because it had taken so long. I backed this in 2020 and now it's 2022, so it took 2 years, obviously, and with all the world events going on, I guess it took a little longer. But I am looking forward to sitting down and watching this. I don't think I'm not going to do it all in one shot. It's 5 hours long, so I'll have to do it like maybe an hour or two a day. But I am looking forward to seeing this. And if you're interested in sci-fi from the 80s, definitely look into seeing if you can get one. Okay, and this, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. Just thought I'd let you know what I'm currently watching right now as far as anime goes. So, I have been watching Gatchaman, which has been pretty good. Blast from the Past. I've been watching some Magic Knight Rayearth. I've been obviously trying to keep up on my One Piece, which the manga should be coming out soon again. I know the creator Oda was taking a month off. Been watching the Thunderbirds 2086, and I haven't been tuning into Galaxy Express 39, but as long as I can get at least one of these episodes a day in, I'm feeling pretty good about it. And as far as manga, I have Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater, which is some of his early work. I've been enjoying some of that stuff that he's done for Dragon Ball and all that. Kurohime, I read the first volume, and it's just trying to find these to get. Pretty hard to locate them. Maburaho, I read the first volume, and same, I just have to find more volumes to buy. Obviously keeping up with One Piece. And I've started volume 6 of Soul Eater, the perfect edition. So that is enjoyable, and it's different from the manga, or the anime. Different from the anime, so you can try to find the differences. Yeah, I was reading Parasite, but that got way too crazy. I am planning on reading Spy Family. Definitely going to get that. We're collecting the volumes. My wife and I are collecting them as we speak. So, and Apollo's Song, which is by Samu Tezuka. So I haven't started that yet, but it's on my shelf. Oh, and yesterday, my wife and I watched the second My Hero Academia movie, and that was pretty enjoyable. Although I wish we would have caught up on season 4, because I think there's a few spoilers, but we'll start watching season 4 eventually. Okay. So, what you've all come here for Valkkyria Chronicles. So this started off as a game for the PS3 in 2008. And as it says, it's a military-themed tactical role-playing game. It was developed and published by Sega. It was released for the PS3, yes, in 2008, and later for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and a Nintendo Switch. 2 sequels have been released on the PlayStation Portable. I have the Valkkyria Chronicles 2. Number 3 was never translated into English, and it was just left in Japan on PSP. And then their number 4 came, and it was released on PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, and Microsoft Windows. But this is where the start is. The anime comes a little bit later. It says the main entry of the series was originally released on the PlayStation 3, yes, and later ported to Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4. The Windows port was developed by Little Stone Software. It takes place in Europa, a fictional continent based on Europe during the beginning of World War II, because of its abundance of ragnite ore, which takes the place of petroleum in the game setting. The neutral nation of Gallia comes under attack from the East European Imperial Alliance, which is itself engaged in a war with the Atlantic Federation. Players take control of a unit of the Gallian militia dedicated to repelling the invasion. The game's visuals, which use Sega's Canvas graphics engine, resemble pencil-drawn paintings in motion. Yes, the graphics in the game look like a watercolored painting. It's done very well. So the anime came out a year after the game did for the PS3. The anime adaptation appeared on April 4th, 2009, and was produced by Aniplex's A1 Pictures. It aired on Animax, Tokyo MX, MBS, CBC, Chiba TV, Television Kanagawa, Television Hokkaido, BS11, and TVQ Kyushu Broadcasting. And it follows the storyline of the game, but it differs in terms of the characterization of main players such as Alicia, and introduces a character unique to the anime, Ramal Volt. While retaining elements of the Canvas engine's look, the characters were redesigned for the anime by Atsuko Watanabe. But they kept the music from the game and put it into the TV show, which is good because it's performed by the Czech Film Orchestra. It says Region 2 DVDs of all 26 episodes were released across 9 volumes beginning on August 5th, 2009, concluding April 7th, 2010. There's only 26, so it's a good watch. It doesn't drag on for too long. So the game had a positive reception. It won numerous awards, including Strategy Game of the Year from GameSpy. And by 2015, Valkkyria Chronicles sold over 500,000 copies on Steam, exceeding expectations, and over 141,589 copies on the PlayStation 3. The second game was the second best-selling video game in Japan during its release week, selling 94,000 copies. And the third game sold approximately 100,000 units during its premiere week, faring better than its predecessors. During its initial March 2018 release on PS4, the fourth game sold 76,000 physical copies within its first 3 weeks in Japan. After its release on the Switch in September 2018, the game sold 5,596 physical copies within its first week in Japan. So that's the game. The game did well, so it warranted a anime. And if you play the game, it will be amazing to see that the characters are developed so deep and have such good backstories and personalities. You'll be pulled right into the story. Not just the main characters, but even like down to the lowliest private in the army or whoever's in your squad 7. That's in the game, and that translates to the anime as well. Everyone has their backstory and their personalities and how they act. I feel you can get to know them better in the game because you can swap them out with other characters to use them during during the game, and then you as you play more and more with them, you get to know them better and you unlock their special potentials and all that. But yes, as the anime says, the Valkkyria Chronicles is set in a fictitious continent reminiscent of 1930s Europe. The continent is called Europa. It's divided into two main powers, the Imperial Empire, a monarchy in the east, and the Alliance of Democracies called the Federation in the west. In this world, there's a very important resource called Ragnite. Its uses range from fueling weapons of war to use in medical treatments. Since Ragnite is such an important resource, the Federation and the Empire are constantly at war with each other for it. The story takes place in the neutral country of Gallia, known for its bountiful reserves of Ragnite. When the Empire decides to invade and seize the Ragnite for themselves, the story follows Welkin, the son of a former war hero, Sara, Welkin's Darkson adoptive sister, and Alicia, a member of the Brule Town Watch, as they fight the Imperials in a ragtag Gallian militia group Squad 7. Squad 7 fights to regain their homes and livelihoods, with Welkin as the squad leader and commander of the Edelweiss tank, Alicia as a scout, Sara as the pilot of the Edelweiss, and a variety of colorful individuals. And yes, they're not kidding. Very colorful individuals. And it got a good average score of like 71%. 6,933 people completed it. 6,300 people are planning to watch it. Only 752 dropped it, and 694 paused. Yeah, there are slight variations between the anime and the game, but if you've played the game, you can pretty much guess what's going to happen in the anime. I'd say that it's well worth a watch. You've got your typical characters. There's Welkin, who's one of the main characters, and he is in charge of Squad 7. Your typical absent-minded, he's very studious. He wants to study. He majors in biology, so he wants to study about nature. So he gets distracted easily by like birds, insects, things that are, occurring with nature. But it does help him when he's using his tactical strategy to take on the enemy. And then there's Alicia, the other main character, and she is originally a baker in the town, but she joins the town watch, and then war breaks out, and she joins the militia and becomes Welkin's sergeant. And she has a lot of growing up to do, and she kind of has to look after Welkin because, like you say, he's always going off doing things, so she has to look after him. There's Welkin's little adoptive sister, Isara, and she is a Darkson, which is apparently only the Darksons have dark hair. So because of a catastrophe that happened hundreds of years or thousands of years ago, called the Darkson Calamity, they are pretty much pariahs. They don't get treated very well. They get treated like second-class citizens. And they bring that to light very early on, and you can see that they're not afraid of tackling such subjects as that, the persecution of people. And it brings a lot of good content to the story, as you wonder how it's going to go. And then there's the rest of Team 7. Like Bridget Stark, they call her Rosie. She was originally a singer. Then there's Largo. He loves his vegetables. That's his thing. I think he wants to be a farmer, but he's He's a tank destroyer. And then there's Captain Virat. She is the one that assigns everybody to Squad 7. So she puts Alicia in Squad 7. She tells Vulcan he's the commander or the lieutenant of Squad 7. So yeah, there is. That is on the Gallian side. On the yes, the antagonists. Yes, the people that are there, that they are fighting against, the Federation and the Imperials. They are, there should be some here. There's some of our antagonists here. Where are we? Maximilian? Maximilian is the head, I think he's the crown prince. Maximilian Gaius von Regenerev in the anime. He's the imperial general and prince behind the invasion of Gallia. Main antagonist. Yes, the main antagonist. And he has, in his army, he has a Valkkyria. And her name is Selvaria. She's very powerful. She can take down just about anything that anybody throws at them. So, she is, yes. She's known as a War Witch, Valkyrie Witch. She is a rank of Brigadier General. Yes, she has, when she goes into battle, she has a sword and a shield. Like this. And she has a blue tinge about her, which is, I think it's her reaction to the Ragnite. But yes, taking down, and she's uber powerful. There's a few more main characters on the Imperial side. I believe one of them is Roddy Jaeger. Yes. He's a major general from the kingdom of Firhald, which was taken over by the Empire in the First European War. And he commands the heavy tank Lupus. And you'll fight him on the game. He's the one that fights, not because he wants to for the leader, but because he just has to. Then we have this fella here, Bertold Gregor. He's a radical imperialist who vows to support the emperor and his sovereignty, unwilling to accept any of the values or heritage outside of the empire. Yes, and that's how he looks in the anime. Very dour looking General. We had one more fella, I thought. One more person who was sort of made up like the trivium, the triumvirate of generals. Grand generals? Let's see. Oh, that might not be it. Valkkyria Revolution characters. Okay. No, that's not it. Here we are. Drystern. Known as the Triumvirate, or a group of highly skilled Imperial generals. Yes, there we go. Roddy Jaeger, Berthold Gregor, Maximilian, and Selvaria. Okay. Those are the main bad guys. Or antagonists. And then there's a lot of political intrigue too. I believe that in one of the stories, the princess of Gallia gets kidnapped, but they'll only return her if they surrender. So there's a lot of backroom dealing and political things that are kept quiet from the public. But it seems that Squad 7 is able to help diffuse that situation. So you get a little political intrigue as well. And then as the story goes along, they seem to make a name for themselves because the Imperials don't give them any respect because they're just a bunch of militia soldiers. But they underestimate them. And they end up paying the price. So yeah, I would definitely, if you can, get the game, play the game, watch the anime. It's a good tie-in together. The game itself has such good cutscenes that you feel like you're watching a movie. Although some things are a little more static, not a lot of movement, but there's a lot of content in this game. A lot of content that translates to a lot of content for the anime. And it delves pretty deep into the lives of the people experienced during war. And how it's just not glamorized. It's pretty straight up. This is something you don't want to be involved in, and I would say it's good that it does it that way. It shows that there's also backroom dealings behind the scenes that the soldiers don't get to see or hear about, and they have to suffer the consequences. And when there's things beyond their control, they can't do anything about it. I like how it dips into sort of the history of the Valkkyria, and they go to the sacred Valkkyria temple and try to learn about the past, learn about the big Darkson calamity that happened. What was all that about? Oh, I take a sip of tea there. I'm drinking some sunny orange ginger tea. It's a little nice wake up for me. Yes, only 26 episodes. They're only 24 minutes long. You get yourself a darn good story. It's got a good base to draw from. And if you really want to get into it, you grab the game, you play the game. If you have a PSP, you can play the second one. If you have an Xbox or PlayStation 4 or a Switch, you can play the fourth one, which takes different characters. The games are super fun if you like that sort of thing. I think there's probably been a lot of playthroughs in that done on YouTube by people, but I'm not sure. I played it when it first came out, and I loved it. And I played the second one when it came out. That was my whole reason for getting a PSP. It's sad they didn't bring the third one over. And I bought the special edition of the fourth one when it came out. And I hope that they get it in their heads to make a fifth one, because it's so enjoyable. And if we can get a hold of the anime over here on one of the DVDs, that'd be good too. Well, I've been going on for this for quite a while. I wonder if anyone else has seen this show, or if you haven't, whether you decide to check it out. So, only 26 episodes. It's pretty good. It follows the game pretty good too. You gotta watch carefully though. Some things will pop up out of nowhere and you won't expect it. I'm not one to give spoilers. I like people to find out for themselves what happens. I can't believe it just took them a year after the game to put out the anime. And it was been put out in 2009. So that's, 13 years ago? Might not be the most modern anime to watch, but I definitely think it's worth a shot. Well, I can't stick around too long today. I'm gonna have to do some things. It's been good trying to open up people's eyes to some different animes they may not have seen. I really appreciate everyone stopping by. If you can, pay everybody a visit. I know there's other channels out there you can watch. There's like Blaine's Escape Corner you can go to. He streams every day, Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. There's Woopa Troopa. He does a lot of Pokemon streams and Hearts of Iron streams. He likes to play lots of games like that. I think he was doing Plants vs. Zombies a while back too. That was a pretty fun one to watch. There's Pacific 101. And that's Mike's channel. He always does Pop Talk in the morning. He does a little more modern stuff as far as pop culture news and all that. Who else is there? There's Brandon, the anime guy. Go tune into him. He always has a good stream of anime information. I think that's about it for people. Like I say, I appreciate everyone stopping by. I've got work to do today, so I will cut this one a bit short. It was good seeing everyone. I hope you enjoyed my little review of Valkkyria Chronicles, and we'll give it a try. Until next time, everyone, this is Popculture Mechanic signing off.